Hey everybody, it's time for an update, and it's way past time for an update. It's like being pregnant and being way overdue. I'm here for an update. It's been 109 days since I had my first testosterone shot. I think the last video I made was in February, maybe late February or the first week of March. And I want to talk about the changes that have happened, and it's awesome because before I was really frustrated that the changes weren't happening, but now they are. My voice has dropped for sure. I don't think it's done dropping, but it has dropped some, and I shave because I don't want to look like a scraggly 14-year-old guy, but I do have hair coming in on my chin and along the sideburns and definitely above the lip. That actually will grow back. If I shave today, I'll need to shave in 2 days. So about every other day, this grows in. It was there before. It was there from being thrown into menopause when I had a hysterectomy. So anyway, so hair grows on your face during menopause and falls out every place else. And now it's all growing back, but the stuff that I got during menopause is just getting thicker. So hair on my lip from menopause, now it's getting thicker from testosterone. The body hair plus extra body hair is all coming in. And once I noticed it, it was like overnight. And now it's just there, and it's spreading out, and it's getting thicker all at the same time. So that's really cool. The cool thing that is coming up in the really near future is that I have an appointment with the plastic surgeon to try and get him or her, I don't know who it is yet, just a revision on my chest, because I had a double mastectomy years ago. And then I foolishly had reconstruction done. Maybe not foolishly, I'm not sure. It didn't work out well because I had a lot of infections and stuff. But now, if I can get it revised, and then I can get nipples, which I don't have right now, I should be all set. I think that my chest will develop just fine. I am noticing a difference in muscle growth, and it seems to be across my chest and my shoulders that I'm noticing that. I can feel it in shirts and so on. So that's cool. What else? The hair on my legs is, it's always been there, of course. Now it's getting thicker. And the hair on my toes is growing back, which I find kind of comical. I feel like a monkey or something. But I'm totally out at work. The HR department where I work got a speaker to come in last Friday, and it became mandatory. It was mandatory education for my department, and there were other departments that came too. It was an hour and a half. The presenter's name was Deborah Davis, and she has a website, Deborah Davis, DebraDavis.org. And she's a speaker out of Maple Grove, Minnesota, which is just north of the Minneapolis-St. Paul area on the outskirts of the suburbs. And she's a retired high school librarian from the Minneapolis School District. And she transitioned in the mid-90s, while she was working for the school district, which to me says a lot about not only Minneapolis, but also the state of Minnesota being open, and we're protected. Transgender people, our gender identity is actually a specifically named protected class in Minnesota. So that's really cool. In fact, I know a couple people that have ties in Minnesota that live elsewhere in the country who have come to Minnesota to stay with friends or relatives for a little while anyway, and get driver's licenses and other documents that they need changed so that they can go back to their home state and change all their documents there into with their current addresses and the proper gender listed on driver's licenses and birth certificates and all that kind of stuff. Get the court order is fairly simple. It just doesn't take much at all. If you have questions about that, you can certainly get a hold of me through YouTube. So feel free to ask those kind of questions. So work is great, and everybody's calling me Pete, and I'm not dealing with, for the most part, they're pretty good about pronouns. Sometimes I remind them, I haven't only worked there since the middle of March, and I was already a month into transitioning when I started, so it's a little awkward, but because I don't really know everybody. I don't even know all of the names yet because there's just so many people. But it's coming along, and for sure, I have not run into a single soul who has not been respectful, and they know. I mean, I'm not hiding anything. They know that I'm transgender. It's not like I'm going stealth there. Not to say that I wouldn't like it to be that way, but it couldn't be that way because I started too soon before I started working there. But I know that I have a long-term employment there. I'm not going anywhere, and they're not going to send me anywhere. So that's all good, really good. In my private life, my personal life, my wife, she's beautiful inside and out, and we are coming up on 19 and a half years, and we're going to do something great. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but we're going to do something awesome. Our anniversary is January 17th, will be 20 years, and that's just phenomenal, and it's never going to change. We're happy, and no matter what, and she's stuck by me. And not only has she become a supporter, but she's also become an advocate, which is great too. So her family is very supportive, as is my family, for the most part anyway. A couple of my brothers they haven't really said much. I mean, they're respectful. They haven't made a statement either way. But my one sister and one of my brothers they're thinking this is really cool, and it was a long time coming. So that's all good. I don't know. That's probably all I have to say that would be important without rambling and droning on and on. Probably most importantly, I don't think I mentioned this yet, but I got a webcam, and I don't have this problem of having my lips moving and the words not matching my lips, so I don't look like a bad old Japanese horror movie anymore, like King Kong eats Tokyo, blah, 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 blah. Something like that. But anyway, you know what I mean. Have a good one, and subscribe and ask questions. And now that I have a webcam, I'll be back on a much more regular basis. Stay cool, stay dry, and have a great summer if I don't talk